Today we have a job of 10 t-shirts we need to do with heat transfer vinyl, and I'm going to walk you through everything that you need to do, everything that you need to know, from pricing and quoting the job to getting that job fulfilled. So everything that you need to know on how to fulfill a heat transfer vinyl job from A to Z will be covered in today's video. And with that being said, let's not waste any time. Let's just go ahead and get started. Now, there were a lot of different ways to be able to do this, but I decided to go with heat transfer vinyl for the simple fact that, one, it's a very simple design. I literally only have to weed like one part from the design itself, aside from the excess vinyl outside. And two, it's actually a variety of different colors. So there's going to be a few white, pink, green, red, and I think black. So for this particular job, heat transfer vinyl was the best bet. And this is how I quoted my customer, and this is how I'm going to price it. So I already had half of the consumables on me. I already had them here at the house. So I didn't really have to buy any heat transfer vinyl. But with that being said, that's not always the case. Sometimes you do have to purchase vinyl. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to price this job as if I had to only buy one roll of vinyl, simply because I'm not going to put in every single roll of vinyl that I had to purchase, which I think was just 3 in total, because it's going to kind of throw the numbers out of whack, and it's not really going to be fair to the customer that I had to buy different rolls of vinyl even though they're not using all of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is run over to my website over at negoprints.com. I have a completely free t-shirt calculator that helps you price all of your different jobs. Now, once we're on here, just click on try it out and just choose what you want. So heat transfer vinyl, sublimation, DTF, or screen print transfers, or white toner. In this case, we're going with heat transfer vinyl. And now what we have to do is fill out all of our information here, and then we can get our recommended pricing. Now, the first thing, total shirt cost. How much are our shirts going to cost us in total? Now, I use Yazbek. This is one of my favorite brands to use simply because they're local and I can pick them up. I don't have to pay extra for shipping, so everything's right there for me. So for this, I'm going to go to the short sleeves and I'm going to use their heavyweight option. Now, this is something that I like to do, but even if a customer orders white shirts, I don't charge them what a white shirt costs, which is $1.95. I go to the black or to any other color, and then I'll take that price, which in this case is $2.20. Now, this is my personal preference. I just keep everything at least from Yazbek at $2.20, but that's really entirely up to you. It wasn't a lot of shirts. It was only 10 of them, so I'm just going to go ahead and put 10 so that way we can get the general pricing, which in this case is going to be $22. So for the total shirt cost, I'm going to put $22. Now, you should include shipping and taxes on here if you do get charged for that. In my case, I'm not getting charged for that. Then total number of shirts for the breakdown is 10. So total price of material, this is going to vary, but this is the way I ended up going about it because I needed it on the spot. What I ended up doing was simply going to Michael's. They had a buy one, get one free for the 3-foot rolls of vinyl, and I just ended up getting 3 of those. That came out to about, I think it was $39. So for this, I'm just going to put a total price of material of $39. Overall, for 10 shirts, about $40 for a bigger roll of vinyl. It'll work. Now, total feet in roll, it was, I think, about like 9 feet in total because I ended up getting 3. Total inches used, that I'm not sure how much I used, but this is what we could do to find out. So things can get a little bit complicated since we're using different rolls, but again, I'm keeping it generic as if I'm pretending to use, one color for everything. So here we can see that we can fit 3 different designs onto 16 inches. So we do have 10 designs that we need to cut. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 16 and we're going to multiply it by 4. Because we're going to have 3 on one, 3 on the other, so that's 6, 3 on the other, so that's 9, and then 3 on the other 16 inches, or 1 on the other 16 inches. But I'm just going to take into consideration the entire amount of the heat transfer vinyl that I use. If I cut just one of these and I have all of this extra space, this is going in the scraps pile. So I'm just going to count this as material used. 16 inches times 4, 64 inches. So we're going to be essentially using 64 inches, right? Miscellaneous costs, we don't have any. We're not going to put that in there. Same thing for the hourly rate. So how much is everything? Calculate. So price per shirt is coming out to about $2.20. That does include the price of the t-shirt and the price of the material. Now, price per inch is going to be about 36 cents per inch of heat transfer vinyl. Then total heat transfer vinyl cost, we're using about $23.11 worth of material. That's how much actual heat transfer vinyl is being used. And then hourly total, we don't have one. So total job costs, it's costing us about $45.11 to print 10 t-shirts. But that's really not going to affect the cost in the least. The only thing that's going to do is just add, 20 seconds to each press. So besides that, If we keep scrolling down, then we have our suggested pricing. So on here, we can see how much should we charge per shirt. Now, I'm not going to add 10%. I'm not going to add 20%. I'm going to add at a minimum 100% so I can double what I'm making. But even then, because it's such a small order and because it's so customized, since it's multiple colors, overall, it really does tend to add a little bit of extra time. So for this, I'm not even going to be charging at 100%. This right here is a profit of $45. And in total, it's going to be about $90 for the customer. Instead, I'm going to be charging him about $15 per shirt. So 15 times 10. So in total, it's going to be $150. Now, this is really good to have because this is really good for suggested pricing. So you'll be able to get an idea of how much you can charge them. A lot of the times you're going to look at this pricing and you're going to think, I could charge them a little bit more than this. In which case, do it. That's perfectly fine. That's what I'm doing now. But let's say you have a t-shirt order of 100 shirts. In that case, you're not really going to be adding too much more to the price. Really, when you start to get a few orders that are a bit higher in terms of quantity, then you do want to stick to the 100%. It'll be enough. The amount of time that you spend working on that shirt, the amount of time that you spend working on that order with 100% profit, it'll be more than enough. But right now, since this is only 10 t-shirts, then we're going to charge them a little bit extra. So because of that, I am going to add an extra $1 or $2. But then again, also take into consideration the fact that I am going to be adding the neck tag. So the neck tag does increase the price by about $2, simply because that's going to be an extra press and a little bit of extra weeding. So in that case, it would still be a little bit under what I'm actually charging. It'll be $11.02. So since we're going to be charging $150, our total job cost, where's our job cost? Right here. Total job cost is $45, so minus $45.11. So we're making a profit of $104.89, which is not that bad, especially considering the fact that the weeding is not going to take a long time. So with that being said, let's run over to Silhouette Studio and let's get to cutting. But first, how do we come up with the design? So my customer already had the font in mind, and it was Vanilla Bubblegum Pop. He told me what it was, I Googled it, and I realized that it's actually an Adobe font. So this is pretty easy to use. All I have to do is click on the link. We can see here that this is the exact one he wanted. So all I did was simply click on Add Font, and it installed directly onto Photoshop. So on Photoshop, I just simply put the text he wanted, Routier, and I changed it over to the Bubblegum Pop, which is pretty much just that right there. Then I saved it as a PNG and I transferred it over to the Silhouette software, which I realized afterwards that it's actually lowercase at the end, so I fixed it. And that's really it. Then I just went ahead and resized it to what I needed it to be, in this case 14 inches, and then the little one of about 3 inches. And then all we gotta do is cut. All right, so we're pretty much done with all of the prep work that we have to do. So now it's just time to start pressing. Let's get to it. As always, we want to make sure that our shirt is perfectly centered with our platen. On the top, I have about 2.5 fingers before each seam. At the bottom, it goes right up to my index finger. Same thing on the other side, so we're pretty even on this part. Now, some people like to have this right here, the neck seam or the neckline, they like to have it on the press itself or on the platen, so that way when they press it, it also presses this. Personally, I don't like doing that because it kind of flattens out right here, the little ribbed section. It'll make it a little bit flat, makes it a little bit shiny. I don't like how it looks. I feel like it lowers the quality, but I'm pretty sure after it's washed, it's fixed. But just the initial presentation, I don't like it, so I don't do that. So I always make sure that my neckline I always make sure that it's hanging off of the top. And always remember to pre-press to release any moisture. All right, so now let's just go ahead and start our press. Sometimes it's not necessary, but I always like to have an extra press at the end to just really make sure that the vinyl is on the shirt and it's not coming off. All right, there we have our first print. Now for the tag, I already have my HTV weeded for this. And to apply it, I'm going to be using the XTool Smart Mini Heat Press. Now, on this, I actually have the Bluetooth transmitter, which actually allows me to set everything wirelessly through here. So I can go ahead and set the temperature and the time. And when I'm ready to press, I just have to press this button right here, so that way the countdown starts. If you want to check out the XTool Mini Heat Press, it is going to be down in the description below. But you can also check out this video right here. In it, I give you an unboxing of the XTool Smart Heat Press, which is actually this one right here, along with the XTool Swing Away Heat Press. Again, the link to that will be in my bio. It is an affiliate link, so if you click on it and make a purchase, I will get a small commission. So now that we have our heat press up to temperature, I don't know if you can see it's green, but you can also see over here that it's at 305. Let's go ahead and press. Just apply a little bit of pressure, push down. Start our timer. Start our timer. And that's just one way that I fulfill my heat transfer vinyl orders from start all the way to finish. Huge thank you to everyone for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. What did you think of today's video? Let me know down in the comments below. What did you think of the way that I take care of my orders? How do you do things yourself? Do you do things a bit differently? Or is there a different process that you have entirely? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I would love to hear how you take care of things and how you take care of business and secure that bag. With that being said, my name is Mario with Neko Prince. Huge thank you once again to everyone for watching. Please make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that little bell notification if you found this video helpful and informational. My name is Mario with Neko Prince. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.